Love doesn't always mean holding on. In fact, sometimes the most powerful, the most divine, the most courageous act of love is letting go. Having no attachment doesn't mean you don't care, it doesn't mean you're cold, it doesn't mean you're heartless. It means you have the strength to release something or someone when they no longer represent the truth of who you are. Keeping yourself first, keeping your soul first is not selfish. It is, in fact, the most divine thing you can do. Because only once you honor yourself can you truly honor others. Think of it like this. Let's say your favorite car gets destroyed. Loving that car doesn't mean pouring endless energy, endless money, and endless frustration into trying to bring it back from the dead. Real love means letting it go so that you preserve the beautiful memories, the joy, the love that you had for it without staining those memories with suffering. And the same is true for relationships. If your love relationship no longer brings joy, your love means letting it go. Because if you cling to it, if you latch onto it with desperation, then the relationship inevitably ends on a bad note. And suddenly all the beauty you shared is overshadowed by pain. But if you let go when things no longer work, you preserve the love, you honor it, you keep it sacred. That relationship then will always remain a joyous one in your heart. Now, of course, I'm not saying to let go at the first crack. There are some people for whom a second chance is too much, and there are some people for whom a thousand chance is too little. But this is where your maturity comes in. You have to discriminate. You have to tune in to your heart because your heart always knows. If the thought of working things out makes you feel lighter, more expansive, more open, it's worth giving it a chance. But if the thought of staying makes you feel heavy, closed up, shrinking on the inside, then it's time to let it go. The key here is to check in with yourself, not in the heat of anger or in the fog of overthinking, but in silence, in calmness, and in stillness. That's when your true inner compass shows you the way. And here's where I have to call out the limitation of a language because our vocabulary does a truly terrible job of distinguishing between emotions and feelings. It smudges them up together as if they were the same, but they are not. The difference between emotions and feelings is the difference between heaven and hell. Emotions are like storms, loud, messy, and temporary. Feelings are like the deep currents of the ocean. They're steady, they're calm, and they're undeniable. When you're silent and calm, you tap into feelings and not emotions. And it is feelings that will tell you the truth. As Rumi once said, try to accept the changing seasons of your heart even if you've never known what was coming. Letting go is simply honoring the season that has arrived. And remember the wisdom of the Buddha. You only lose what you cling to. This is honestly very profound. You only lose what you cling to. If you don't cling to anything, you can never experience loss. So, love means letting go. Let go, not in bitterness, not in anger, not in sorrow, but in love. Because once you learn, join to create a communion in love and separate the communion also in love. That is when you have truly mastered love.